Today we are here with the myth, the legend.
In his own mind.
Here at Tim Newton today, man, guy's done a lot. I'd say for the like rock and metal scene over the years. This when people play places and all that kind of stuff. It's good to have him on.
It's good to be here. It's nice to see you again, Dante.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. What about you?
Yeah, life. Life.
Things are picking up for you, man. It's good to see.
Yeah, they are unexpectedly. Uh, it's very nice. It's pretty cool. It's definitely kind of I would say eye opening, and it just makes me want to go even harder with all this stuff because it's for the people.
Yeah.
It's for the people by the people. To help out bands, people, and all this stuff. Just kind of.
Well, everybody, the scene in general needs a voice.
It does, yeah.
And there's a lot of fragmented voices out there, but nobody's really doing what you're doing right now. So I think it's a great deal. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, no, honestly, like that's the main thing. Is I've said it over and over. I see a lot of this good talent and stuff like that, but I also understand like if you're focusing all your time on music or trying to get doing all that stuff, it's kind of hard to also spend time on the other part of it, which is like the marketing or just kind of that kind of stuff. And like it's not as simple as it used to be back in the day. People were like, oh, just make content. It's like it's more than just making content. You got to know how to use your hashtags, how to get the shots right. You gotta, edit.
Yeah, it's a game.
Yeah, and if you're not gonna do it, yourself, it's getting expensive. So
Yeah, very.
very. Yeah, so you just get off tour.
Actually, I'm on a break right now. I'm looking for a blues rock guitarist named Samantha Fish. But for all intents and purposes, with this for the Heavy Oklahoma, for those that don't know, I work for the band Dethklok. That's my main employer.
I just love that. I love the
Beautiful like coffee. I love that band. They're so much fun.
How many times have you toured them? Just.
So I came on board when they came back on the scene at the beginning of 2023. I got a phone call from Jeff Bruce, who is Gene Hoglan's drum tech and a good friend of mine. We worked Mudvayne together, Drowning Pool, Saliva, a few different bands. And I kind of knew that this was happening just from some of the people I know out in LA, my contacts out there. There was word that Cartoon Network and Adult Swim had released him to be able to do Brendan Small being to be able to go out and do Dethklok again. And so when he called, and Jeff and I are really good friends, but he's one of those friends that if he calls, it's normally bad news.
So your first was like, oh,
I knew what was going on. So when he called, I answered the phone. I said, hey, what's up, brother? I'm in. And he goes, you don't even know what I'm calling about. Oh, I know. I know who you work for. I know what's going on. He goes, okay, well, then I'll have management call you. And that was the start of the past 2 years. We're slated to go. Well, I can't really say who, but there's going to be a world tour next year, co-headlining with someone huge in the metal industry. I'll be able to tell you off camera, but I can't say it right now because
I can keep a secret.
I got an NDA.
Yeah.
But they're going to be doing a world tour. This past year, we did our first run in Europe. We did Hellfest, Pope in Hell, Grass Pop, and a couple others like that. Some big metal festivals. And I mean, played. If you go to my page on Facebook, I believe there's a post there, and it shows the crowd at Pope in Hell. And there was.
I remember seeing like one of those. And I was like, Jesus.
We played. Our set ended as Slipknot was playing, and Corey over on the main stage. He had like 3 songs in after we quit. He said, "Where are all these fucking people coming from?" And it was from the Dethklok stage.
Yeah.
They had us in one of the secondary stages.
Yeah.
And it was packed. The tent held like 5,000 people, and there was at least another 4 outside the tent screaming. They had video walls out. I mean, the band's great. So we did Europe, and then we went over and did a test run in Australia. And we literally did 2 weeks this year. But it's a setup for next year, which is probably going to be a full cycle, which will be 2 North American cycles, South America, Europe, Japan, and some Asian dates, and then down into Australia.
Yeah, that's really cool. I like it. Yeah. Like Dethklok, honestly, has like a special place for with me because I think it was back in the day when I first started buying CDs. The first 2 CDs I ever bought. One was a Dead Mouse CD, and the other was a Dethklok CD.
That's broad ends of the spectrum right there.
I mean,
genius in their own right. But 2005-06 is when that started, and they ran. I believe it ran 4 seasons. And then, of course, when we started back in 2022, they did a Cartoon Network concert in Chicago in 2016, and they did like 10 dates. And so in 2023 was the first time we really toured. We did a co-headlining tour with Baby Metal.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, which I mean, it worked, but totally different fan bases.
yeah, yeah, kind of colliding fan bases.
It was strange because you see a lot of people your age, my age. It's broad from your age up to my age.
Yeah.
Dethklok. Baby Metal is a bunch of guys my age that are weird.
Yeah, I can
Creepy.
I can kind of see that in a weird way. You're really that into Baby Metal.
Yeah, dude. It's some strange.
It's like I respect the musicianship, but at the same time, it's like okay.
Well, the band is awesome. The girls that do the singing and stuff, I mean, it's all scripted. It's a show.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what we do, but you know, the musicians wear these masks and stuff, and they're playing, but 90% of it's tracked.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Dethklok plays live. There's no time code. We press play on the video.
Yeah.
And
bam,
click track, click, go.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
And it's with Gene Hoglan back there on drums, man, that guy's, the Atomic Clock's amazing. Every day, he's my age. And the guy, I mean, he sits down and he plays with weighted, he'll warm up with leg weights. He's got marching drumsticks, three of them taped together, so they're super heavy. And he'll sit there and just do blast beats.
Just training his endurance.
Yeah, and just getting warmed up.
That makes sense though. Because playing drums like that, especially a lot when you does, when you're an athlete at that point, you gotta have to be nice.
Yes. A lot of the another guy, Gene Hoglan, and there's a guy named Bobby Jarzombek that currently plays with George Strait, but he used to be with Fates Warning. When I did Rob Halford's solo project, he was our drummer. The good guys, man, everything is measured out. He comes in every day and, you know, with his eyes closed and reaches for everything. Yeah. Bobby used to come in with a tape measure and an inclinometer and like stick it on everything, and he blindfolded, you know, and
just gotta get that deal right.
And everything is right here. Their elbows very rarely, if you watch Gene play ever, his elbows very rarely leave his body. Everything is just so quick and very limited movement.
Yeah.
You know, he's maximizing all of his energy for very limited. It's so much fun to work with guys like him, Bobby. There's been a few others. Mike Luce that drums for Drowning Pool is an amazing drummer, even though it's kind of dumbed down with what they do music wise. Those guys are all monster players.
Oh yeah,
way above what they're putting out on records.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And I'm glad you got a chance to meet them at Rocklahoma. That was cool.
No, they were really cool people. I made it like the first first 10 seconds. I was a little nervous.
Yeah,
drinking with one. Man, they're really honestly the coolest.
Had I known, like I said, I would have called you during the interview because I'm still close friends with all those guys. Every time I'm down in Dallas, if they're in town, we meet up, hang out. I mean, it's a lot less crazy than it was back when we were touring. Yeah. Those guys. CJ has an affinity for tearing up buses.
Yeah, I think actually right after I got them on the pod at the meets, and I saw like a week later they did something on like it was either Kimmel or something with the Migos rap band.
It was Kimmel with some rap dude, yeah.
And
it was a mashup of Bodies and something else.
Yeah.
I didn't actually see the performance, but it was all over everybody's feed. And apparently went off really well.
No, I love that because I like to see the two genres finally starting like getting back to mixing, like going, taking,
Yeah, people forget there's a band called Body Count, and that's how that started.
Yeah, Body Count, man. I see people forget that.
Yep.
I see basically what he basically, I think, in a sense, started gangster rap in a way, like back in the late 70s.
And then added metal to it.
And just kept going, yeah. And if you haven't heard of Body Count, Body Count's their shit.
They're unreal.
Still.
I heard about them to this day.
Yeah, I heard about them because they did it was a long time ago, they did like a Slayer cover or something like that. So, and that's what I was like, what? Who?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I started diving into them.
It's crazy. Back in the days, they used to have a riser set up. They had their drummer up on a riser, and they had this riser behind the back line, and they had all these dudes with fucking shotguns just, doing weird marching things.
Yeah.
It was intimidating. Great fucking band, though, man. Ice-T is one of the most unheralded artists, I think, of my generation because of all the things he's done. And then his moving to television and movies,
Yeah, the way he's kind of done it in a way what seems like flawlessly.
Yeah.
But to me, that just shows he's like a true artist, honestly.
Well, and when you get to be on Rick and Morty, that's the pinnacle of anybody.
Honestly, yeah. Either that or South Park, one of the two.
Yeah, that's South Park, so. Yep. Yeah, it's been a wild ride, man. my first metal acts were here in Enid. It was Oliver Magnum and my brother's band. Mick Myers and some of those guys. Yeah, they were all Shadow Axe. Is that their band now? Yeah. Those guys were all in a band with.
Put me wrong. That might be wrong. Don't get mad at me in the chat.
Yeah. I started work doing that here, but mainly it was country stuff. And then I got out. I did the Commodores, Confunction, Cool in the Gang for a couple of years, and was out on Ozfest 01 and got hooked up with Mudvayne. And the first day we worked together, Chad Gray came over. He's like, "We want to hire you." I'm like, "Well, I kind of work for Showco, so after this tour, we'll talk." And that started a 3-year run with those guys. And in the meantime of doing that, I've bounced back and forth between countries. I did a band called North Mississippi All Stars for a long time. Which, if you want to see some shredding guitar that's not metal, check out Luther Dickinson.
Luther Dickinson,
guy is amazing.
Let me check that out for you.
Him and his brother, the core group of the All Stars, their dad is a producer that did Wild Horses and the Stones, played the piano parts on that album and helped produce that album and stuff. So they've got kind of lineage, but guy's an amazing shred.
Yeah.
The girl I'm working for right now, Samantha Fish, she blows me away. You know.
Is she like a relatively new or?
No, she's okay. So she's 35 now. If she sees this, don't get mad if I'm wrong. But I think she's been doing this since she was like 16, 17 years old.
Okay, just grinding slowly.
Yeah, and she's on maybe her 6th or 7th album. And we don't play small venues. We just headlined Telluride Blues Festival, which was huge. We're getting ready to, at the Bijou Theater in Knoxville in 2 weeks, week and a half. We're actually recording a live album and shooting a video, which is always fun for me because I've got 65 different things to do instead of just one,
Yeah.
But she's been a lot of fun, man. I mean, I miss doing metal bands, but
it's nice to have like a break and just kind of get her around.
Yeah, with Dethklok, it's the most non-metal band you could ever. If you ever go to a show, like next time we come through, I'll get you out and see if I can get you an interview with Brendan and those guys. Brendan, we do a meet and greet every day where they'll play a couple of songs. They do a live song to video that's not. They do Blood Recuted, which is not in the show.
Yeah.
And Brendan will tell everybody, "I know we don't look like Dethklok, but lucky for you, we sound exactly like that." And he jokes all the time about how he's bad for the brand. It's funny because we go through places and everybody knows Gene, but nobody knows the rest of the band. And the other 2 people in the band are heavy hitters in their own right. But it's fun because too many guys take their work too seriously, especially in the metal scene.
I agree.
And I don't know why that is, Dante.
I went through the same thing. I went through that phase because I don't know what it was. He was trying to I guess prove something to
That's part of it.
It kind of like the inner perfectionist. But then after a while, I realized that some of the stuff I was making with that mindset, it was just this isn't this is not what I'm missing the point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I think what happens, and I saw this watching because I came on to Mudvayne right when LD 50 dropped, and watched them go from a support act on the B stage to headlining arenas within a month.
Yeah.
It was fun, but after a while, I think everybody gets in this deal where either addiction kicks in or this desire to have something so perfect that you're actually, it's like, well, you're a cook.
Yeah.
You can fuck a meal up.
Yeah.
You fuck with it too much, you'll fuck a meal up.
Exactly.
It's just like that with me. And I don't know why that is in the metal scene, but it's like everybody in metal is a type A personality.
Yeah.
You get guys in country. I work with dudes in country, and it's like there's usually one type A in the band. The rest of the guys are just happy to be making money.
Yeah.
Whereas you could have 20 guys in a country band, everybody gets along. You got 4 guys in a metal band, and they want to kill each other every minute of the day. And I think that it's nice with the Dethklok guys that you don't see that.
Yeah.
They're all perfectionists, but they don't. I mean,
there's a way to go.
They're a cartoon band.
Yeah.
And Brendan
kind of started in a joking way. Way.
But I think my bigger point is too many people take themselves too fucking seriously sometimes.
Yeah.
Not just in music, but with anything. And I think that as a whole, society's kind of lost that. We used to have a looseness about us, and we used to be able to joke and talk with people.
Yeah.
So
I would say, honestly, just look at it like common sense in a way. It's just
Yeah, well, I mean, we live in a state where we're 50th in education. They don't teach
Yeah, they
conversation.
don't. Yeah, there's no fixing that one.
So, are you still playing?
Yeah, I'm still playing, and I'm still trying to write stuff and all that. I do have like a crap ton going on, which some of you guys out here watching this will know. You know, I just got a ton going on, but that's not gonna last forever. But I mean, I've been writing. I guess a steeper EP for the past like 4 or 5 months, and it kind of goes back to what you were talking about earlier, because at first I was trying to really, a while ago I was trying to go for this. I don't know, just want to be the best at something, and overanalyzing everything I was doing and trying to do harder.
Yeah.
And then I started realizing, the stuff that I was making, whether it was metal or electronic music, because I do that sometimes. The stuff that I was making that ended up enjoying the most, or other people that ended up liking the most, was the ones that I didn't
That you didn't like, yeah.
Oh, either I didn't like, or the ones that I didn't like try too much on.
You didn't over.
Yeah, a lot of times the best ones are the ones where like I didn't take a month making it. I just had like one day where I was upset or just something. I go in there, pick up my guitar, and then bam,
Yeah.
and then I'm listening, and then it's just like, this is actually fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did some studio work for a while early in my career, and I just couldn't because I would overcook everything.
Mhm.
I can make this better. I can make this better. I can make this better. With the live aspect of sound, it's one shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got one shot in life, motherfucker, and that's it.
You might get the one little tweak
Yeah.
after that, but
and I watch a lot of kids coming up that have gone to Full Sail in some of these schools, and they mean well, but they don't really. I mean, you can know all about gear, but if you don't know how to operate it, and especially with audio, the older stuff, and with compression, and especially in mastering, a lot of the dynamic EQing and stuff like that.
Mhm.
You can get it in theory, but putting it into practice is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of kids, and you probably heard a lot of great bands at Rocklahoma sounded good, and there was a couple I heard that sounded like dog shit.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of sometimes just don't touch it.
Yeah, if it's working, no, leave it alone. That's one thing I've had to learn, because I mix my own stuff a lot of times. They can somewhat master, But like, that's one thing I've had to learn, is just it's so easy, because I'll get dialed into one hole, and then I'll listen back to it. And by the time I'm done with it, I don't know what I've done. It's still technically the same song, but the energy and all, and like just that feeling the song had by the end.
You can over process.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, what did I do?
Yeah.
So
I mean, you can basically mix the feeling out of it.
Yeah.
I see guys do that live too. Pop stuff has to be kind of produced, but doing like rock and roll and metal, it's a high energy in the moment type of genre to start with. So a good friend of mine, his name's Ken Van Druten. They call him Pooch. He mixes Iron Maiden. He's done everybody. I worked with him when he was with Kid Rock and when he did Rob Zombie and stuff. Guy has won all the accolades out there ever, and he will tell you right off the bat, less is more.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one thing I've had to learn as well. It sounds like it's something that is simple to understand when you hear it, but I don't think people really understand what less is so much. Because I used to have, I can't do that. I used to spend so much money on like amp sims and different programs and different compressors, like this and all those here and out. And then I think that's just a natural progression. Like, oh, you start up here, I only got a little bit. Okay, no, I need everything. And then once you get to this point up there, then you're going down, and you're like, yeah, I realize I don't actually need any of that.
I've got a Waves rig that I carry. I'm not carrying it with Sam right now because we're not carrying a console, but I have a small Proton Duo and a network card for the console we use, and I use maybe 7 or 8 plugins, and it's like on her voice and a couple on buses and on the master, and that's it. Yeah. You can over process. Rock and roll and metal are meant to be raw. It's people. I love it when I go to country shows and everybody's like, "Yeehaw!" and lyrics and stuff. Man, nobody's ever cheering a guitar solo or a cool fucking drum break. Like, man, that shit's something cool. You go to a metal show, man, and the bass player hits that one note, and everybody's like,
"Yeah, I love it.
Holy shit, what was that?" It's just so different, and it comes back to what we started this on, man. There needs to be a voice for, especially in Oklahoma, because there's a lot of good heavy music in Oklahoma.
There is, man. That's
a ton.
Why?
And there used to be. I worked part-time for a company in Oklahoma City called Miller Pro Audio, and they handled the Diamond Ballroom and I want to say that got gear at 80s. Is it 82nd, 89th?
89.
89th. Yeah, they've got the Criterion in the tower. But we used to do 2 or 3 metal shows a month at Diamond, and they're just, I don't know if the promoter just got out of it, but they're just not booking the shows anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's sad because that is the Brawl with the Diamond Brawl Room, man, is one of the greatest places to go see a metal show at.
Yeah, that's honestly one of the best places to go. I think actually was the this my first time actually going there was like when Gojira came to town a few years ago, right after COVID, and that was a sold out concert. I didn't know it was sold out. I've never seen. I mean, and if you guys have ever been to the Diamond, it's basically just like a giant like what well, not shit. What's the word? It's like
It's
giant warehouse in a way.
Yeah, it's a metal shed building. It's an old ball. It was a country ballroom originally, and there used before it used to be a floating floor. They've got it all blocked off now, just like Canes.
Yeah.
But it's a long shotgun. It's got it's an actual dance floor. And it's funny because you go in there and you'll see Ray Benson and Asleep at the Wheel right next to Pantera.
Right.
My first show ever working there was with Oliver Magnum back in like 90, maybe 91. And we did a mini tour opening up for Wrathchild America on their Surrounded by Idiots tour. And that was my first time ever in the Diamond. I've heard of it. I just had never gone to a concert down there.
How long have you been around now?
I want to say since the 60s.
60s? I don't know anything.
Yeah, it's at least the 70s, I know, because some of those pictures in there, the stamps on them are from the 70s. MCA Records, 1975, 76, stuff like that. But I would guess probably sometime in the late 60s. I mean, originally when it was out there wasn't nothing out there.
Yeah.
You know? It's and it stood the test of time. I really wish that somebody would get in there and do more shows. And that's where you guys come in. Anybody can be a promoter. It doesn't take much. Get you 4 or 5 bands. Get you a venue. The Diamond is easy to rent. They have PA in there. You got to pay for tax. You know, they keep the bar. You pay a rental fee. It's real simple for you guys, grassroots, to put together any kind of shows. Do them in your hometowns. Get with other bands, man. We used to make a living. Everything we did, like with my brother's band and with Oliver Magnum, we would network with other bands. So, like, we traded out shows. Magnum traded out shows where they went up and played in Seattle with Alice in Chains. And Alice in Chains came down here and played Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and did a Dallas run with them, you know? Yeah. That's the grassroots part of it is kind of dissolved. Yeah. Everybody thinks that, like you said, put content together, and there's a whole lot more
there's
to
it. There's a lot more to
you know?
Even that part is God, you can complex. Which reminds me of what you were saying earlier about that is, because I know we had around here, I don't know if he's still doing it. We had Backyard Mixtape, but they were kind of doing something for more of the I think it was like post-hardcore kind of stuff. Yeah. And then I think because of the last like 3 or 4 years in the city, you got the hardcore scene with Backroom Productions. Yeah. They've been doing some more. They've been doing like a lot. They got a festival they're doing, like Flyover Festival coming up. And they're doing work for like the hardcore community, especially especially once I think Killing Flesh. Yeah. Once they started blowing up, because they were like really in that, and that they just both kind of went up. Yeah. You know?
Again, you could be the next person that does that. All you got to do is just get up off your damn couch, put the pipe down for a minute.
Right? No, really. You know, and it's like, you know, it doesn't take very long. I tell people like, man, you know, it doesn't take very long to just look up a few things and just like ask or find out, you know, what literally ask ChatGPT, like, okay, what can I do to do my game? Yeah, it's gonna give you a list of some stuff, and you just try it.
The only stupid question is the one you don't ask. Yeah, you know, all anybody can ever say is no. Really, and that's basically the gist of it. Put your ego aside. Your feelings are going to get hurt. It's going to happen. You know, nobody walks on day one. There's always going to be bumps, but it's always doable, and it takes. Back in the day, and even just a few years ago, man. I mean, like I would put bands in the spot. Yeah. And there was still a scene. There was still places around town where, you know, all those guys were doing stuff. And it sucks that's just not happening anymore.
Yeah, actually, it's really bummer, man, because you did a lot with the spot, with a lot of these bands and stuff around here. But honestly, that was basically like the main place where you were able to have like metal and rock shows. So, like nowhere else was really allowing it to happen. And
except the cooker, and nobody wanted to go there because they were cooking in the basement.
Yeah. Well, yeah, man. And I think that was the first, because honestly, I kind of was a late bloomer. You guys don't know this. So I think my first actual like metal show, rock show I'd seen in person was actually there at the spot. Yeah, while you're running it. And who was it? It was probably Good DJ's band.
It'd be DJ's band or Bermuda County.
Bermuda County, I think, was it? Um,
And then we had a couple of Rick's bands in there.
yeah.
What's it calling himself now? Rick Atharius.
I think I'm not good at. I think was it Shadow Act or something before Shadow Act?
We had Shadow X in there. We had what was DJ and his dad's band?
Blackthorn.
Blackthorn.
Yeah.
They were the first metal band.
That's because I was helping them. Obviously, I was really good for
Yeah.
United, so.
DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were. I think they were the first metal band we had in there, and then that snowballed into Bermuda County. We had a couple bands from out of town come in. We had that one band that they had a video, and I had them come down out of Wichita, and they got here, and I don't know if they had someone else sing on the video, but when they got here, it was just
I think I remember you
that
telling me
shit.
about the acting.
Yeah, God, and she kept calling all the time. She's like, "We had such a good time." I'm like, "Yeah, but you ran everybody out of the bar."
Yeah, I think I remember hearing that. I felt so bad because I don't want to like judge anyone, but I was sitting there at the bar top, and I was facing this way. The band's behind me, and every time my injuries were going around, I just would take a sip.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like, and I tried to give it an honest. I think after about 30 minutes, I was like, listen, man, I'll be back in a couple hours.
Trevor was like, "Man, why don't you just pay him now and tell him to leave?" I'm like, "Man, that's not cool."
Yeah,
They drove all the way from Wichita. We let them play.
Yeah,
and I hope they got better. The band was good. The singer was just awful.
Yeah.
I guess you get to be the singer if you're banging a guitar player.
Yeah, I feel like that's the case of a lot of bands.
Or probably brother and sister too. It is Kansas cell phone.
Oh man. Oh, I see you race that thing yet? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my license is under revocation right now for excessive. What was it? Gross display of speed.
Oh, really? Is it built?
Yeah.
And when you told me it was built?
You hadn't heard it?
No.
Hang on a minute. I'll get the keys. We'll start it up.
Yeah, I have to get some
It's an LS1 that's been built up to an LS3 with racing cam. Yeah, rice burners like yours I eat. They got me clocked. Highway Patrol got me at 160.
Jeez.
So 6-month revocation. That's why it's sitting there. I'm gonna take the time, buff it out. I mean, I still drive it. I'm still driving. I just can't get caught.
Yeah.
I still got to go to the airport once every couple of weeks and fly out.
I think sick, and I think about those Corvettes, especially that model years, they're already so light as they are.
The C5s in particular. It was from 97 to 2004, I think, before they went to the C6. And the only difference is there's no flip-up headlights, a different engine. But those cars in particular, and particularly the 01s, for Daytona type Raleigh racing, stuff like that, distance, 24 hours a month, those cars are they still racing. There's a whole class they still race. They're a race car right out the gate.
It's an amazing chassis.
Yeah. But enough of that. So you're down in the city now. Are you recording anything now?
Yeah. So yeah, I am. I've kind of going through like a bit of a gear change in a way. Because what I have right now is I'm all digital basically. I'm running everything through Amp Sims. Specifically, I'm using Node ESP. It's really good. I was using
what DAW are you going to?
Ableton.
Ableton.
Yeah, I've been using Ableton. For those of you out there, I know I've told y'all, some of y'all use FL and stuff back in the day. I've tried Reaper. I'm sorry for telling y'all that. I strongly prefer Ableton. Reaper's good, depending on what you want to do. I know you use a lot of Reaper.
Well, I use Reaper because with the new console systems we have now, you have an insert point. We can insert everything via Dante out to Reaper and then do virtual sound check the next day. And you can do that with Ableton, but it's tricky.
Yeah,
it's not really set up to do that because it's a Reaper is a recording system that acts like a DAW. Ableton's a DAW.
Yeah,
it's more. But Reaper is just first off it's cheap, and it runs on any laptop, and it's set up to basically I can get a Dante virtual sound card in my computer, call that up. It sees the console, 1-to-1 channels. All I got to do is hit play. And then on the reverse side, if I want to hear it back, all I got to do is hit play and it comes right back into the channels.
Yeah.
So
my thing was that I tried Reaper, and I think for me, especially at the time when I was trying to use it, I was still relatively new to, producing my own stuff.
Yeah.
And so I was just overwhelmed. I was like, this is like I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I went to FL, and I'm sorry, that FL field just set up weird for so many. I can't stand it now. I will no. But yeah, and also what I was trying to do a lot of MIDI stuff as well in Reaper, and I couldn't. I don't know why I couldn't.
It's hard to It's a little harder to program.
Yeah.
I'm a Pro Tools guy, mainly because of the systems that I choose to work on when on the road. I try to always have an Avid system because they're tied in. It's all Pro Tools. But with Reaper, it does just the same things that I can do on Pro Tools as far as laying the track down and playing the track back. Import and exporting is easy on it. And at the end of a tour, I can hand my artist a hard drive, and then they can go do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
You know, I prefer the Pro Tools like.
What's the industry standard on?
Well, and it's 9 times out of 10, that's it's going to end up in Pro Tools at some stage anyway.
Yeah.
You know, Bear McCreary, another one of my clients, he's a big composer that does. If you play God of War, the video game, he's the composer for that. He does Battlestar Galactica, Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. What's the Outlander series?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had a playback rig that was it was Pro Tools, but everything was done in Ableton at his studio, and then dumped into Pro Tools. And it's just like, you know, it's apples and oranges. Find something you can work in.
Yeah,
that you get along with. You know.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I've got guys that they're great engineers, and there's like one simple little thing in some program that I can't work with that. It's like, oh.
Yeah, for me, the whole thing was really just sort of like I liked Ableton mainly because of when it came to like workflow and like just songwriting. I absolutely loved the way the workflow was because
it's great for composition.
Exactly, because I would just like to be able to write and kind of sketch things out as I'm going, and with FL and then the other ones like it was just. I have run into a lot of small things that would just interrupt that workflow, especially with FL being like with all the windows and stuff. I couldn't stand it.
Yeah,
it just a pain in the ass. Yeah, and with Ableton, like I find myself, I think one of the best things I like about it is, let's say if I'm writing a part or whatever, whether it's a drum part, guitar part, or whatever, I can actually, I'll write it in the loop part first sometimes, and then I can listen to that, right? Or maybe I have a different drum section I have to work out. I can play that riff I'm working on, like while it's playing, I can play different type of drum section and see like how that sounds.
Yeah,
it's kind of like
get yourself in the pocket.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But that's for me. I just love that, but. Yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing with that one.
Well, good. I'm glad you're still playing and glad you're still involved. And this is, like I said, this is great. I've been pushing a bunch of my friends from out of state. There's a big metal scene over in Little Rock. If any of you guys have ever heard of the band Wake, RWAKE, they're based out of there, and they're all nerds just like you and me. And I got Chris Terry, their lead singer. One of their guys is following you now, and they're pushing stuff over there. That's another thing, guys. Find other towns.
Yes.
There's going to be a Dante in another city. Find that person and network, man. Too many people hide behind their keyboards and shit. You guys just want to pick on each other instead of trying to pick each other up.
Yeah.
And that's what it takes in music.
And heavy on the networking part because, I think that's part of the reason I've taken some of the risks that I have in a way with, with going different places. Even at the times when I should not have. But it's just networking and meeting people. Just at the Rock Home with me alone, I met so many people. And at first you feel kind of weird because it's like but no, everybody's like doing this.
After the fifth handshake, it's all performative art. Now you got it down,
Yeah.
And you're going to meet a lot of people that are blowhards. You're going to meet probably out of 20 people, you meet 5 that you'll be friends with forever.
Yeah. I've been noticing a lot of people like kind of. I guess I wouldn't say this, but I know that for sure there's been people like speaking up heavy Oklahoma and trying to get things out because like the way I was expecting it, or the way it's kind of gotten traction lately, I was not expecting. I'm really happy for that, honestly. But yeah, I definitely noticed that. I had to, but I thought it was gone now. But no, yeah, it's just really got to get out there and try to just meet other people. I think for me that was actually one of the harder things because I'm like naturally I'm introverted as fuck naturally. Like,
oh, I know.
Yeah, you know me for years. Yeah, I'm the type of guy like I would go to a bar and then I just sit there and watch TV and people like not saying anything. Like,
you didn't say.
So I get really
first 4 or 5 times you came to the bar, you didn't say anything except order your drink.
Yeah,
order a beer.
That's it. That's all. Yeah, until I got really drunk. That's when I went PM. That's when I went shut the fuck up. But.
Yeah, we all get that way, and that place had a way of getting you really fucked up.
Oh man, what was that? There was that one drink you guys made a long time ago. Was it
The Circle of
The
Death.
Circle of Death, man. God, I think. I mean, I loved it, but I think you guys ended up stopping doing it.
We had to
because it was
legal. It was a double Long Island iced tea with
$5.
Tucker. Yeah, it was only like $5, and it was like 7 shots of fucking alcohol.
And let me tell you guys, it's fucking worth it. I'll tell you that. Okay.
Served it in a 32-ounce styrofoam cup with a lid and a straw, white trash style.
Yeah, those things those are killer. Yeah,
that place was fun, but I'm glad I don't have it anymore.
There's a lot of crazy memories in that.
Yeah, some good, some bad.
Yeah. I saw quite a few cases.
I mean,
he's like, I'm not even gonna comment.
I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one. I don't want to further incriminate myself or any third-party innocents.
Get that part out.
Man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's just good to. It's good to have you on, man. I'm trying to get you on for a while, man.
Yeah. Well, next time I'm coming through town with an act, I'll have you come out and we can do something live on location and go through some of the gear and processes and shit like that. Because this is fun sitting here and having this conversation.
Yeah, different types of like.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have you come out and we can actually talk about process and gear and workflow, because I know there's a lot of guys just like you that are out there doing their own music and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give you guys this. I'm on Instagram at Evil Uncle Timmy. Any of you guys that are doing home projects and stuff, if you have questions or something, message me. I'll answer.
Yeah, he does. I've actually quite a bit, because there's a while there where I genuinely did not understand a single fucking thing about compression. I did not. He really helped me kind of understand how that kind of works in a way.
Yep. A lot of guys that are in my business now they don't help anybody. And I'm like, I'm not worried about that kid taking my job.
Yeah.
When I'm gone, they need to have somebody that can do the job, though.
Yeah.
So yeah, if anybody ever has a question or wants to get bullshit, hit me up on Instagram. I'm usually sitting in the back of the bus in the middle of the day being bored.
No, I'm just checking.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure it's still going. I'm checking this real quick too. Yep, still is.
Yeah, we'll get over that.
Yeah, that's
Anything else you want to cover?
That's the thing. I was telling myself, like, I'm gonna write some notes and stuff, like the night or two before, and then do some research, and I never fucking do. Honestly.
Get you a iPad and open your notes.
Yeah.
And just set it up by one of the cameras.
That's something I need to do. Originally, when I was gonna do the whole 2-phone thing, I was gonna have like an extra like spare like 2-phone with my notes on it or something like that. But things happen. So
yeah, well, life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got anything? What'd you say? What else you got going up? Nothing?
I'm going back out with Samantha Fish. I leave Sunday. I'll be out for 12 days and I'm coming home because my son's getting married. And then I'll be home a week and right back out.
Mm-hmm.
She works. We usually do 3-4 weeks at a time and then a week off, sometimes 2 weeks. It's getting slow, so I've got like first 3 weeks of November off and then we're back out. She's going to Japan for a couple of shows. I am opting not to go on this one. Just because
that's a long flight and all that too.
Well, I mean, they're all long once you get overseas, but it's going to be a shit show going over there. I know where they're playing. I know the promoter is. So for me, they were just like, we don't need you. I'm like, cool, then I'm not going.
Yeah, all right, bye.
I'm going to stay at home, play some golf, do something like that,
Yeah.
And then again, we're just waiting. Dethklok's a wait and see until they make the announcement. And hopefully the announcement is going to come late January or February.
Do you golf?
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
It makes me want to just peel out of here and run them down.
Was that you golf lately? Or?
Actually, yeah. Zoe Michael? Her dad and I, we've been golfing together for 40 years.
Oh.
So we're going to go play Friday here in town. And I haven't taken them with me on Samantha yet, but normally I will stick my ships out the first day, leave them on the bus, and on days off. No better thing to do. It's better to go play golf and get some exercise than to sit in the hotel bar and drink twice what you would pay to play golf.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it keeps me out of the bar some. Especially at my age, man. Nobody wants to see a 57-year-old guy standing on the bar. Well, let's do this. Those days that left me the spot.
Yeah.
Damn bunny suit. Chicken suit.
The chicken suit. I remember that. The bunny suit, the chicken suit.
I got a beaver suit now. I bought a Buc-ee's suit last time we rolled through Buc-ee's, and Mick's front of house had a black tie affair for Pat Green. which was the beginning of the end of that whole deal.
Honestly, those shoots are top tier marketing, though. Honestly,
Yeah, that was fun.
Mhm.
Well,
Well,
wrap it up. Always a pleasure. I'm glad you
always.
came down.
All right, you guys. Check it out.
Heavy R.